Today's video is going to be a wig transformation video showing you all how I take one of my old natural colored wigs and turn it into a cute blonde bombshell. So if you are interested in seeing how I do that, please stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing I did to start off, I'm going ahead and sectioning off my wig. I'm going to section it into parts based upon how highlighted I want that area to be. So the first thing I did was took and made a middle part in the wig. Then I went on and sectioned off the hair at the very front. That's going to serve as the most highlighted area, I guess. That's going to frame my face, and I want that to be the lightest. So I'm going to go ahead and break that off and set it to the side. So right here, I'm just taking off a small section on the side. That's also going to serve as one of the most highlighted areas. And I'm going to also braid that off. I'm going to braid it all the way down, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, just to kind of keep some balance and symmetry in the color. Yep, so I'm going to go ahead and braid that, and then as you can see, I'm showing you where that little section is, and I'm just doing the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to do the same exact thing with a small area in or towards the back of the wig. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the balance and symmetry in this color, so I don't want it to, kind of be all over the place. I'm kind of keeping a concept or a rim or a rhyme to what I'm doing. But I'm braiding off that small section in the back, and then as likely, I'm going to set it aside. Here, I'm showing you what those little sections look like. They're not thick at all. They're just some really random sections on the side and in the back. And yeah, so now I'm going to section off the frontal from the rest of the wig. So this is a frontal wig that I've had for a while. So I'm going to section off the area in the frontal from the rest of the wig. Okay, so now that I've gotten the frontal sectioned off, I'm going to section the back, and I'm going to section the back into 3, I guess, medium-sized sections. So as you can see in the video here, I'm sectioning off the very back piece, and I'm just braiding it down to move it out of the way. And I'm going to do the same thing with the next 2 sections. I'm going to divide them off, making sure that they don't have too much hair in them, enough to work with. And then I am going to braid them down and move them out of the way. And you all definitely have to bear with me because my mannequin stand was not secure. So during this whole video, my mannequin head was bobbling all over the place and making it very hard to film. But I was very determined to get this video up and out for you all. So just bear with my mannequin stand, okay? Okay, so right now I'm just showing you what the sections ended up looking like. The 3 sections in the back, the pieces I've pulled out in the top, and then the frontal section versus the rest of the wig. Okay, so now let's get into the actual method or the technique I've used to actually achieve the highlights in this wig. So I'm using a super simple technique. I'm going to use the bob and weave method. And what you see me doing is just taking out a small piece of that very back section. And then I took my, what's this comb called? Why am I having a brain fart? I took my rat tail comb and I just did the bob and weave method. So I took the piece out and I just took my comb kind of like up and down just to kind of get some of those random pieces out. And yeah, and I applied my product. So I applied my highlighter to those pieces that I bobbed out, if that makes sense. Y'all, this is super hard to explain. I did not think that this was going to be as hard to explain as it is, but pay closely attention to this front section. So I've moved on to the front. You can see a lot better what I'm doing, and I'm gonna be honest, like I have no real technique when it comes to this. Like I know what I'm doing because I definitely went to school for this, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but I kind of just do random methods intertwined into one, if that makes sense. So right here, back to that bob and weave method I was talking to you about, I'm holding the hair super tight and I'm just pulling it down enough so that I can bob and weave my end of my comb in and out of the hair. And what happens is any hair that falls down up under that bob and weave pull out, I leave it alone. And everything above it, I use my highlighter to actually highlight those areas. So I hope that made sense. I hope you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm gonna be quiet right now and kind of let you watch the rest of this section because I'm hoping that can, clarify it more. But yeah, that's what I did. And I'm just going to continue to do that bob and weave method throughout the whole entire front portion of the wig, including the other side. So yeah, just continue watching. And I hope you can see it better, what I'm saying, what I'm doing, what I'm explaining. So yeah. Okay, so the other section is complete, and I'm just going to do the same thing on that other side, and then I'm just showing you how it looked all completed. Okay, so here we are. I am lightening the hair again because the first time I lightened it, I think I left it on for about 45 minutes at the most, and it didn't reach the desired level that I was looking for. It didn't lift as high as I wanted it to. So here I am. I'm going in and I'm lightening the hair again. This time, I'm not going to forget that I want that piece in the front to be the lightest, so I'm starting with that piece this time. I should have done that the last time, but like I said, I forgot all about that. So here I am. I'm just going ahead and lightening that front part so it's the lightest on my wig. Okay, so this time I am actually going to do the same method, do the same technique, but I'm going to mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to intertwine two different processes into one. I would definitely not do this on a client, okay? That is not safe, but because this is some commercial hair, I am going to do it the quickest way I can to achieve what I'm doing. So what I showed you in the front part, I showed you two products I'm going to use in addition to the bleach that I'm using. I'm using the BW2 bleach, and I think I used the 40 volume developer. I am using that as well as the Color Silk color and the color 30. I think it was 30. That was medium ash blonde, and then I used it in the color 5. If I'm not correct, I will make sure I put everything in the description box, of course. But those are the two colors I used by Revlon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that same bob and weave method. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just randomize which process I'm using in each section. So sometimes I'm going to use the bob and weave method with the highlighter, and then sometimes I use the bob and weave with the color 30, and then other times I used it with the color 5, if that makes sense. So I'm just randomly picking where I want the highlighter or which color to be, and I'm going to do that throughout the whole entire wig. Same technique, bob and weave with the foils. It's just going to be, some pieces may have the color, some pieces may have the highlight, or so to speak. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I really hope it does. Like, this is super hard, y'all. I did not realize how hard it was going to be instructing you all or teaching you all what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But I hope it makes sense. I hope you're gathering what I'm saying. Okay, I hope you're gathering what I'm saying, girl. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing that method, either using the highlighter or the Revlon color throughout the entire wig, including the front portion. So yeah. So when I got to that very top section, like I said, these are the same sections that I did in the very first beginning of this video. When I got to that top section, I just decided that I was getting lazy and I was getting tired. It was late. So I just took my brush and some highlighter, and I kind of like just randomly place that highlighter in parts of that section to create those super dimensional parts at the very top of the hair. And now I'm moving into the frontal section, so I'm doing the same exact thing, bobbing and weaving with the foils, applying either highlighter or the color. Same thing, girl, same thing on both sides. So yeah, I'm gonna just let you watch as I complete those sections. victory. Here we go. All right, so now that I've actually highlighted the hair, the color is looking pretty good. I like the way the color is coming out. The highlights look, the dimension is what I wanted. So the last step I'm going to do is I am going to apply my toner. Girl, toner is a lifesaver, okay? So if you are not familiar with what a toner does, that is a conversation for a whole nother video. However, just to sum it up really quickly, a toner is going to tone down any unwanted undertones that are found after you actually color hair. So that is what I'm going to do right now. That's what you see me doing. I am taking the color, I know this is a Wella toner, and I think this is in, it's T18. This is the lightest ash blonde. That's the color that this toner is. So it's the Wella T18 lightest ash blonde, and I'm applying it all over the entire wig, y'all. Like, there's really no reason to section off the hair unless you're trying to go for super dimensional type look, but because I'm using the same color for the whole head, I'm just applying that all over the wig, making sure to saturate it, making sure to get every strand, and making sure that I have covered those areas, especially that I want to be super light. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you watch as I apply this. Okay, so once I get it all saturated and on the wig, I'm going to comb it through. Just make sure all of the hair is nice and saturated. And I think I let this sit on for about 45 minutes to an hour. I put it in a plastic cap, let it sit. I rinsed it out. I used my Shimmering Light shampoo. And I let that sit for about 10 minutes just to make sure that no brassiness was still in the wig. And yeah, that ended up being that. So yes, I'm super excited about how this wig turned out, and here you can actually see the finished product. Yes. So if you are interested in how I actually installed and styled this wig, make sure you catch my next video. Until next time, Glamour Girl Gang. Mwah.